now they're back.
They always come. They always come.
I don't really know what fascist means. I'm from Australia. We don't. Do you know what it means?
Like very big and also like again different group of people.
Turkish boys or like other European boys or like Australian boys? Which one's your favourite? Should I leave before I get arrested?
You won't yet get arrested.
Okay.
It's not as bad as America.
We're in the middle of the forest at night with nothing but a lime scooter and the two of us. You just met me today, so
Oh my god.
how do you feel about that? You nervous? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here in Budapest, one of my favourite cities in the entire world, one of the most uniquely beautiful cities that you will ever go to. There is so much cool and interesting history here. They're one of the more based countries in Europe. They're actually trying to maintain their demographics. They've done a few things to even try and combat the birth rates.
Announcing a series of tax and loan benefits for families aimed at boosting childbirth in an aging nation, Viktor Orban held a hard line against immigration.
Immigration increases crime, especially criminal acts against women, and brings the virus of terrorism into our midst. But we cannot get stuck in our fears. We have to see beyond them.
The new measures include a lifetime income tax exemption for women with 4 or more children.
They have some of the better leadership in Europe, and honestly, last year I was seriously considering moving here, to the point where I even engaged accountants and tried to set up a business, but unfortunately doing business here just was a little bit too difficult. They really do make it hard for you, so decided against that, pulled out at the last minute. But still, nevertheless, this is an amazing place, and I mean, when you walk around, you're just constantly surrounded by incredible architecture. The bridges are amazing. The vibe here is really good. The women are absolutely beautiful, in between like Italian and Slavic. Some of the most slept on women in the world here in Budapest. So we're going to go around, we're going to check out some of the main sites around Budapest here. We're going to analyse the history of them, starting with right here, Buda Castle. Very interesting one here to analyse. So let's make our way up. So we're currently on the Buda side here, and then on the other side is Pest. So the Danube River separates Buda and Pest. They used to be two different cities, but then they decided to join them and call them Budapest. There was also a place called Buda, but they already had Buda, so it was rightfully discarded when it came to the naming process, because we only really need one. But this castle also has an extremely significant history. I want to take you back to the year 1241. The Kingdom of Hungary is absolutely thriving. They've had a few hundred years of a golden age, and then what do you see coming over the hill? A cloud of smoke. Some vicious, rapacious Mongols are coming over the hill to come and destroy the Kingdom of Hungary and try and pillage the entire place. These savages from the Eastern Steppe have been ransacking places throughout Europe, and now they've arrived in the Kingdom of Hungary, and when they get there, they completely and utterly destroy the place, killing nearly half of the entire population. And they occupied this area for over a year, but then when they left, the Kingdom of Hungary began to rebuild rapidly, and they said, hey, next time these filthy savages come from the east, we have to have a game plan. So then was built Buda Castle. A couple of decades of construction, and then it was done, amongst other places throughout the city. They were terrified that the Mongols might come back, and guess what? They were right. About 40 years later, the people of the Kingdom of Hungary were once again chilling. It was a chill vibe in the city at the time, I imagine. And then what do you see? Hordes of savages from the Eastern Steppe returning for more plunder. These savages had been told stories by their fathers about the loot and the plunder and the white girls and the spoils of war that they accumulated about 40 years ago. So led by a ferocious, bloodthirsty Khan Nogai, they came over that hill, sacks ready and ready to plant their seeds. When they arrived, the Hungarian king said, "No, guy, you're not that guy." And they soon discovered that there was no loot, there was no plunder, there were no white girls to be seen, because where were they all? They were all in the castles. They were all in the places that had been built over the past few decades by the Kingdom of Hungary, preparing for this very moment when the savages from the Eastern Steppe would come back for more. And slowly, but surely, the Kingdom of Hungary began to repel this invasion. They had forces all around the kingdom, in local provinces. People were rising up and fighting back. They were sending the severed head of the Mongols to the kingdom, to the palace, to the Buda castle. And before too long, the Mongols gave up. Tails between their legs and a full sack, they gave up and they went back to the shithole that they are from. So that is the tale of victory that encapsulates why Buda Castle here was built in the first place. And then of course, you can't forget about the Ottomans. Of course, the Ottomans came along and tried to get their piece as well. They sacked Budapest, they took over Budapest, and they occupied this place for 100 years. They turned this beautiful castle into military barracks. They built all of those Turkish spas where the men all go and get naked together and rub each other. But of course that didn't last either. Eventually the Ottomans were also repelled and Hungary would go back to its sovereignty. So let's get in there and check it out, shall we? So this building behind me here is meant to be the oldest building. I think it's now a museum. We're going to go inside and have a look at the history museum, see what we can see in there. So that was cool. Good to have a scan. You can see a lot of the pieces of artwork, and there's even fossils in there, and they're looking at old archaeological digs and everything. Definitely worth checking out, I'd say. I didn't want to spend too much time going through all the details of what is in there and reading things out for you and stuff, but it's a cool building. Definitely worth checking out if you come here. So that was cool, going and seeing the different buildings and monuments and everything. A lot of old ancient monuments. This has been recrafted a few times, sometimes in the Baroque era. There's a bit of Renaissance era influence here. Obviously earlier than that too, lots of medieval influence. So very cool place. I do want to move on and go check out another place, but just a quick reflection, a quick dwelling that I've had. When you're traveling, I think it's never ideal to ask women for assistance with anything. I was just down at the library and I asked one of the guys there, I was like, can you tell me a little bit about the buildings? One of the guys working there. Like, can you tell me a bit about the buildings? What do you think I should go and visit, etc.? And he gets up, he's like, yeah man, cool, like this is the oldest one, this is this, this is that, this is that. And he's giving me all of this info. And then I went into the other place, into the museum, and I went to buy a ticket. And the girl goes, just that? And I was like, okay, what else is there? And she goes, yeah, well, there's also something hall. And I was like, cool, what is that? And she goes, it's a hall. And I was like, oh, fuck me dead. No shit, Sherlock. What else is in there? Tell me a bit about the hall, sweetie. Not the first time I've had these experiences at airports. This is absolutely rife. You see a lot of this. Chicks are just completely unhelpful. I had to dump a suitcase recently. Long story, had to buy a new suitcase. I was in a shopping center and I went over to the information desk and I asked the lady, like, is there anywhere I can dump this? Is there any bins? And she just looked at me as just completely unhelpful. And then a dude comes over our shoulder and goes, "What do you need help with?" I told him the situation. He takes me to a back part of the shopping centre and we dump it into a big bin. It's just like pretty much 100% of the time when I'm travelling and I ask women for any sort of help whatsoever, I just get the cold shoulder or they're just totally unhelpful. But dudes are always gonna help you. So a little bit of travel advice for you. Never go to women for anything. Make sure, you know what? A little bit of life advice for you. Never go to women if you need anything, ever. Go to the homies. Okay, now we are here on Castle Hill, and what I have behind me here is another incredible relic of the Kingdom of Hungary. This one was also built between the two Mongol invasions when the fucking savages from the east were just swatted back to their shithole armpit of a place that they came from. This place here was built. Now let me take you forward a little bit to 1526, when the Ottomans under Suleiman the Magnificent, they called him, came and invaded Hungary. And this led to 140 years of Ottoman occupation of Hungary. Until, of course, what's that I hear? Is that the Holy League coming across the mountain, down the river, and all avenues to Buda, to come and reclaim Buda from the Ottomans? Yes, it is. We've got the Habsburgs, we've got Greeks, we've got Italians, we have got a host of different Christian nations. They come in and what they discover is absolutely terrifying. This place has been desecrated. All of the churches have been turned into mosques. The frickin' bathhouses are everywhere where these naked Turkish men are rubbing each other and probably fingering each other's bums and stuff. The Christians are coming to claim back Buda, and something is launched at one of the walls. One of the walls eventually falls, and as legend has it, there appeared, out of absolutely nowhere, a statue of Mother Mary looking down at the Ottomans, and it was so demoralizing that they dropped their swords, they gave up, and they ran away with their hairy little tails in between their legs. So this is one of the oldest churches in the entire city, one of the most historically significant and apparently one of the most beautiful, but there's only one way to find out. Right guys, I know I've done some risky shit while I've been here in Europe, but this might be the riskiest of all. Behind me I have hundreds and hundreds of agents of the Chinese Communist Party. And this is going to be like a scene in The Lion King when Mufasa dies and is stampeded by the deers, as you can see. Hello. I've got to run. Any of them at any moment could pull out a little secret modern technology gun, hand pistol, and just put a bullet in me for exposing them like that. I think we're in the clear. That was dangerous. Alright guys, so that wraps up the Buda section, and now we're going to move into Pest. I'm going to come back here later though, because as you can see behind me there, right there, you've got the Parliament building, which is easily the most impressive state building I think in the world, to my knowledge. I don't think that there's a better one. Look at this motherfucker flying through there. Nearly took my arm off. Yeah, so I'm going to come back here a little bit later. My favorite thing to do in Budapest is to just get a lime scooter and just go around the river. It's fucking cool. So yeah, I'm going to go to the other side now. Alright, so St. Stephen Basilica here. Have a fucking look at it. I feel like towards the end of this series, you guys are going to think I'm like one of those people who's like a train enthusiast or something, but when it comes to buildings and when it comes to architecture and churches, this is my favorite part of the whole church. You see just above the door there, you might not be able to read it, but it says Ego sum via veritas et vita, which means I am the way, the truth, and the life. Let that sink in. All right, going to the top of St. Stephen Basilica here with two new friends that we met yesterday in Vienna. This is Slav and Asla. It's very similar names, hey? What do you guys think of Budapest so far?
I think their foods are so bad.
Bad food.
So bad, yes.
If you look just that way, you can see Vienna.
What is this place?
This is Buda Castle here. It's really beautiful. This was built in the 12th century. So this is like 800 years old. And then you've got over there is Matthias Church. This church is also same sort of age, like 800 years old. Because you know that Budapest here was invaded by the Mongols. You know the Mongolians?
Mongolians, yeah.
The Mongolians came here and they raided it. And then, you know who else invaded?
No.
The Ottomans.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're back.
They always come. They always come.
And now they're back. No, it's all right. You guys are nice Ottomans, aren't you?
Yeah.
What's it called? Marsin.
Mercy.
Ah. And where is it? Near Istanbul?
No, it's Mediterranean.
Ah, well, that's much better.
Yeah.
What are you going to feed me? What's the food?
Tantuni.
Yeah.
It's meat and breads and yogurts mixed. So all of it.
Sounds like a plan. What do you prefer? Do you prefer, if you had to choose, Turkish boys or like other European boys or like Australian boys? Which one's your favorite?
I don't know. I don't try the other boy.
Oh, really? You should try.
But Turkish boy is not recommended.
Really?
Yeah.
What about other ones like European or American, Australian?
We didn't try, so we don't know.
I would say Turkish. The guys they seem a little bit angry all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
How did you learn this information?
Well, because I spent a month in Kaş, in Kalkan, and then I spent a few weeks in Istanbul as well. So I just observed my surroundings. But I don't know, I've always quite liked Turkish girls. They've always been...
What did you think for Turkish girls?
I think that they're great. Actually, where I was living in Bali, and I kept on dating Turkish girls because I just kept on getting along well with them. I don't know what it was. Well, I have to go and get some more footage before it gets too dark. I might see you guys later, but lovely to meet you both. So who would have thought, hey, coming to Budapest and all these different places where we're talking about the Christian defeat of the Ottoman Empire, that I run into some lovely Turkish girls. But I think to me that just speaks to the magnitude of the defeat, because not only did we reclaim the land, and not only is this under Christian rule now, but the Turks come here on a holiday, on vacation, and they fraternize with the enemy. They get swooned by Christian men in these Christian countries. Now, where was I? I did want to take you guys for a lime scooter through the streets just to show you some of the scenery before it gets too dark. And then when it gets dark, lime scooter around the river. I think so. Fucking hell, just don't even look. I always find some woman who's just not looking, walking into the middle of a fucking road, straight onto a man, trying to get some good footage. Something going down here, some sort of a political rally of some sort.
A második kiérésem, aminek Matthias Ákos az egyik legfontosabb garanciája, hogy ti fogjátok megérteni, itt vagytok az utcán, akik hajlandóak vagytok szóba állni a szomszédaitokkal, vacsoraasztalnál felvállaltok
Hungarian people, not the friendliest in the whole world, but I'll try and see how we go. Now, there's Ukraine flags, EU flags, and obviously Hungarian flags. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it looks to me like it could be some sort of pro-EU, anti-Russian rally, but I'm going to ask. Excuse me, what? Just in English? I'm just wondering what's going on with it.
We're protesting against the government.
Köszönöm szépen, hogy itt vannak, megint átléptük a 200 főt, úgyhogy az utakon mehetünk, nem kell a járdára menni. Navalnyi emlékhelyéhez fogunk elmenni. A legelején most is fölhívom a figyelmet, hogy holnap lesz ott egy meghirdetett tüntetés, és arra is menjenek el minél többen, de el fogom mondani ma, hogy miért tartom fontosnak, én személyesen különösen.
Alright, so I'm on the other side of the protest now, and everybody's looking up there because somebody threw rubbish down.
A jóisten ezt engedjük a plébános ilyen hosszabb harangokból, azért, hogy megakadályozza a tüntetést.
So somebody threw a bag of rubbish at the protesters?
Kormány által elkövetett korrupciót, a kormány hazugságát, a kormány hergelését bírálja, az egy nagy...
So people are gathering around and they're not happy about whoever's thrown this out the window. Look. I think that's our culprit up there. I was just going to ask what the protest is.
Against the government, because it's very fascist and
The Hungarian?
not very democratic.
Should I get out or am I going to get arrested?
Well, you could be arrested.
So, what are they? I don't really know what fascist means. I'm from Australia, we don't. We're a little bit stupid in Australia. Do you know what it
So
means?
you like very hateful to like against different group of people. And for example, for gays or like Jews or no.
Yeah.
Like every people who are not with the government. Like they said, if you are not with us, you are against us.
Okay.
Basically, this is the logo of the.
So, if you're not with us, you're against us. That's the logo. I mean, they're really holding up traffic here. What does that mean in English? Much Fidesz.
Dirty Fidesz.
What's Fidesz?
Fidesz is
Governing.
Oh, that's the current government.
Might have heard about Orbán Viktor.
I don't know anything about Hungarian politics. Is it a protest for like gay people?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Okay.
wow, it's an anti-fascist protest pretty much.
Okay, anti-fascist.
Yes.
Okay. And you think that the government is fascist?
Well, it's tending towards fascism.
Should I leave before I get arrested?
Well, you won't yet get arrested.
Okay.
It's not as bad as America.
And why the gay flag?
What?
Why the gay flag?
Because the government tried to introduce a law that would allow AI face recognition cameras to be used against protesters who participate in protests that advocate for LGBTQ plus rights.
I see.
And they would use that to issue fines.
Okay. Thank you. I won't take any more of your time. Thank you. Take care. Have a good day. This is crazy, guys, honestly. So what I've learned here is that this is an anti-fascist protest against the fascist government of Hungary, which is Viktor Orban's government. But the crazy part is that the fascists are just letting this happen. Not only are they letting it happen, they're doing a guard around them. It's crazy. They're able to hold up traffic. They have police all around. More police here. The police are forming a guard for them to walk through the main street and hold up traffic. Wow. I didn't know that fascist governments do this sort of stuff, but clearly they do. So look, apparently Orban does have a pretty high corruption rating, but I don't know who makes those rules. I'm a little bit skeptical of it. We heard the guy say before, we're protesting because our Prime Minister is a fascist dictator, closely followed by, and we've been doing this every Tuesday for 7 months. So those two are kind of a contradiction. If it is a fascist dictator, then you probably will get stamped down if you're doing a protest through the streets every Tuesday for 7 months. But actually, instead of there being Gestapo coming and beating them with batons, this is what we see. So I think it is a mild contradiction in that worldview. But the one thing I don't really understand is, like, if you do want to do a protest and against the policies of the government, why you got to bring the butt sex into it? Why do you have to bring butt sex into it? You know, that's what I really don't understand. They've always got to make it about butt sex. Always. You can't have a protest about climate change without butt sex, an anti-fascist protest without butt sex. It's just everywhere.
They discovered they could sleep with another male. Now they're having butt sex. Sodomy. Sodomy. Sodomy.
That is like a revolution.
Yes, it's a revolution.
What is this flag?
Hungary banned Pride, and because of this banned this year March they banned Pride, and since then we protest every week.
So, can you get in trouble from the police for wearing this?
No, they not banned the Pride flag, the Pride March every June.
So you're not going to get arrested for?
Not. And we made the Pride with many people, and they not get punished because we are so many of us there in the Pride that the police said that they will not punish us.
Alright, so I think I mentioned at the start of the video that this particular bridge over here is a really popular spot for sunset. If you ever come to Budapest and you want to catch a sunset, I'm just after sunset here, it's just gone down, then this is the place to go. A lot of people come and hang out on the railings of the bridge and just look at this view of the city. So we'll check it out. We're really crowded at the moment, but we'll have a walk through and see if anyone's hanging out. It's a bit of a shit day, a bit overcast, but let's have a walk through. We'll also look at the view. So no one really hanging out tonight. Normally you'll see people all over the railings here, but nothing happening tonight. But we'll have a look at the view anyway. It's pretty special. So what we can see back here, the Parliament building just over there. We'll have a better look at that a little bit later. And then on the other side you've got Buda Castle. That's Buda Castle there. And then Matthias Church, where we went to yesterday. Right there, look at that. Then Buda Castle. Boom. So you get a 360 panoramic view of all of the major attractions here in Budapest. So it's no wonder that the kids love coming and drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes and hanging out here. Let's go to dinner, shall we? I'm going to go for dinner for tonight with another friend of mine that I've made here in Hungary. So let's do it. Alright, I'm here with Blanca. Say hello to the camera.
Hi.
We're standing with who? What's his name? Peter Fischander. And he was a poet and a dreamer and a lover.
Yeah.
And he was instrumental in the revolution, apparently.
Yeah.
And now we're going to do our ride around the river.
Yeah.
I've convinced her to join me to come ride around the river. So, you feel safe?
Yeah.
You ready to go?
Yeah. Let's go.
Nice. Now you're the camera woman. You're a professional.
Let's go.
So what have we got here? It's the Parliament building. Don't get shy.
You're shy.
So this is the Parliament building. I would say the best state building in the whole of Europe.
Why isn't it showing? Yeah.
It
Now
is.
you
Now it's
can
showing.
see it.
Yeah, we can't see you. This one is where all the decisions get made in
Yeah,
for
the
Hungary,
magic,
isn't it?
where the magic happens.
That's where the
Yeah.
magic happens. All right, what do they even call this place? Do you know?
Margaret Island.
Margaret Island.
Yeah.
It's right in the middle. You go across this bridge, and in the middle of the bridge you have this path.
Yes.
It takes you down to this little place. And there's all these police here. I don't know what they're doing. You can see the flashes on me right now. All right, I'm gonna go off a jump. Hold on tight. I'm gonna go off a jump.
What?
Hold on tight. Hold on tight.
Jesus.
Very good. You handled it well.
Wow.
I love this. This is Europe.
Yeah. Is it recording?
We're in the middle of the forest at night with nothing but a lime scooter and the two of us. You just met me today, so
Oh my god.
how do you feel about that? You nervous?
Should I be nervous?
A little bit.
Okay. I'm chilling.
No,
There's a footage.
We are here at the back side of the Parliament building. Look at it.
Very pretty.
The whole thing is just perfectly symmetrical. So this is Gojdo. This is the place where people come to party around Budapest, I guess.
Yeah.
Apparently there are no Hungarian people in here. This is just all tourists here. But you can see it though, definitely. It's just a lane full of restaurants and bars. It's a Wednesday night, so I don't think there's going to be anything happening here. But
Playing, I'm watching it. Other than that, no.
baby. So definitely a lot more quiet than last time I was here. But I mean, it's a Wednesday night. It's like a little bit more cold. Last time I was here, I couldn't walk 5 meters here without somebody offering me drugs. Cocaine, you want something? You want some cocaine?
Yeah.
You know? But that's like everywhere in Europe, you know. All right, guys. Well, that sums it up. That's enough. Say thank you to Blanca. See you later. Peace. All right, so back in the hotel now, back in Bratislava. The 2.5-hour journey is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's like past 1 a.m, so I'm really tired. Good night. Budapest is always good fun at night time. Definitely recommend doing that circle around the river. Got to do that. The city really is something to see at night time. And in terms of the party venues, if you're up for it, I wouldn't be up for it myself, but go for it if you feel like it. And also plenty of places to go for dinner. Just make sure you book a table, or else you're not going to get in. So with that, guys, I need to get some sleep. Peace. See you next time.